Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Frank's Handyman. Today we're going to be working on this house, putting some flooring here. We're going to be starting off in the hallway and transitioning here into this game room area. As well, we're going to also transition into this other little small hallway and then also into the laundry room. And then we're going to be putting some plywood here as well. Also, we're going to be putting also some flooring here. But today we're going to start off just by doing the hallway. This is a project that's going to be pretty big, should take us about 3 days. We started off a little bit later just because the material hadn't arrived yet. So that's why we're going to be finishing, at least today, some of this hallway and transitioning more into the game room. Like I mentioned, right now the guys are just going to be using this cutting machine. They're also going to be using a saw machine outside. This type of flooring is pretty thick, so you just can't use a blade to cut all the pieces. So you're gonna, well, you need more than just, like I mentioned, the blade. You need this type of equipment to be able to cut all the pieces off. Right now they're gonna start off in the very top. As you see right now, he's working on this section right here. They're gonna be doing all the measuring just because you just can't put the same size pieces continuously. They have to differentiate. So you're gonna see right now how they do that process. They're going to be cutting it off at 41 inches, and then they're going to continue using those pieces that they cut. That way they could use it for later, and then also continue measuring the same 41 inches. So these parts right here are not too difficult to do. What's really hard to do is when you're transitioning here in the corners. So right now you're going to see the technique that he's going to be using to transition from this little corner here into this little bigger space. And like I mentioned, we're going to use this table saw outside just because when it comes down to transitioning from the corners, you have to cut it down specifically with the saw, because just with the other little cutting machine that's laying down, that one only cuts a straight line. So you're going to have to use different tools for this one. And as you can see, this is how the piece came out, and this is how he's going to be adjusting it right now using that rubber hammer. And again, once we got into this little section right here, you're going to see how the transitioning here, again, going into that game room becomes a little bit more difficult. So you're going to see how they're going to be doing those cuts right now. right here, if you see, he left the baseboard right there, so he's gonna draw out how he's gonna be cutting that piece right there, since the baseboard has a little angle. So he's gonna cut that little triangle right there, that way it could fit this little section right here. So as you can see, this is how the transition came out, coming out of that little hallway, going into that game room. Of course, there's still a lot of work to do, and so stay tuned for us to finish up this whole game room and as well that gym. You're gonna see more episodes about this, and like I mentioned, there will be some really cool before and after pictures. So we hope you guys keep watching the videos so you guys could see the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the rest of the video, and I hope you guys have a great day.